Our schedule is built entirely around an intervention schedule for each grade level. In the summer, when I start working on the master schedule with my scheduling committee, we plan a master schedule that makes intervention time a common core for each grade level. It's the very first thing that we plan. And that intervention time is 1 hour set aside for each grade level. It's broken into two parts, 30-minute reading intervention and 30-minute math intervention. And that is the very first thing that I block. Once I get that blocked in the schedule, I work on things like PE and music, fine arts, and lunch. And then the whole rest of the schedule is basically left available to the teachers to plan for what meets their needs and the needs of their children. But it contains 90 minutes built into it for reading and 90 minutes built into it for math. But the teachers get to have flexibility in planning the rest of their day. Once I get the intervention schedule done, we take our data from TPRI, from benchmark tests, from M-Class math, and from classroom assessments, and we make sure that we identify the bottom 5 to 6 kids in each class to get into intervention groups from the very first week of school. Biggest reason is because we have made instruction in Tier 1 quality, powerful instruction, and provided a system of intervention that drives the master schedule. When intervention time happens for a grade level, for example, third grades might be at 9 o'clock, the teacher takes the lowest performing group of students as her own at her table to do intervention with, and then a paraprofessional comes into the classroom to help supervise centers or lead another group or help monitor the rest of the class. We also do all of our other pullouts at that intervention time. So if you can imagine it, you have a teacher working with a group of 5 or 6 students. You have some kids that might go out to get dyslexia services or resource or even GT on the days that the facilitator is on campus. And so we've eliminated the need for pullouts from core instruction during the rest of the day. Because we have changed the schedule so radically to put intervention at the core of our instruction, one of the results that has happened that has been a dramatic decrease in the number of students that are qualified for special education, down from 13% 7 years ago to 3% this last year. Our economically disadvantaged and minority populations in special ed have dropped from 20% in the African American population to 3%. So we've had great success in lowering the number of kids in intervention and in special education, but at the same time increased the scores, because in that time our scores have gone up and been an exemplary school for the last 3 years as our population has gotten more diverse and more economically disadvantaged. Part of the reason why our intervention is successful is because we have quality paraprofessionals and we have a plan in place that is school-wide for delivery of intervention. Our paraprofessionals are all given the same quality training that all of our teachers receive to do intervention, and when they go into those classrooms, you will see them leading small groups. You might see them leading a group at the smart board, a group of students that are working on a skill that they need for that day. And so the paraprofessionals are really an important part. The main intervention tasks are left to the educators, the professional educators, the teachers, but those paraprofessionals take that next group up or they help another center. So they are very, very important to our plan. And therefore we treat them like teachers. We give them all of the support and training that we would to a regular teacher to make sure that they are successful. And our kids think they are teachers. As far as intervention logs go, every teacher has an intervention log in their classroom that they keep at their intervention table. It includes all of the data from all of their assessments. The teachers keep fluency records for reading and math. They keep benchmark scores, and they keep an actual log of the services that the kids are receiving. For example, a table of 6 might come over to the teacher for intervention time and start with a simple activity like a make a word, while the teacher records on a simple log what they're going to be working on that day and who is in attendance. Then they do the intervention activity using a variety of resources such as Marie Carbo Power Packs, Make a Word tiles, objective-based lessons, TPRI intervention strategies. They use a variety of things, and as they work, the teacher records the results and the information that they've gathered from that intervention, and then at the end they can make a few notes about how the kids did. We felt like it needed to be a very streamlined process and easy for the teachers to follow, instead of just more paperwork to keep kids out of SPED. It had to be something that made a difference in the teacher's instruction and in the children's performance. I tutor several groups during the day. I think it's important to be in the classroom with the kids, and I think your teachers respect that a principal can be in the trenches with them. So I tutor a 5th grade group at one time during the day, every day. I tutor 3rd and 4th graders twice a week. And then during the regular school days, pop into classrooms to be able to teach small groups or lead lessons in the classroom as well. It's just another example of, I think, showing the teachers that you know what you're talking about and that you are the instructional leader and that your main task is not managing the campus, but instead helping teachers instructionally to reach kids and help them to be successful.